LeBron James, aka the King. Wow, LeBron James is entering year 21 of his NBA career. It just feels surreal. This is Sports Guy talking that you guys are watching and listening to. I am Dustin Tran, your host, as I am here today to talk about LeBron James chasing his 5th NBA championship as he has a revamped squad around him on the Lakers. With the Lakers advancing to the Western Conference Finals last season, it is expected that they will end up being legitimate Western Conference contenders. The biggest obstacle to LeBron James' quest for his 5th NBA championship is potentially the Denver Nuggets, as he will be facing them tonight. Before I say anything else though, I want to present you guys with the topic question. So here it is. Will LeBron James win his 5th NBA championship this season? Honestly, I don't see it happening. When you look at this Los Angeles Lakers team, they are a very good team. I like their depth that they have. I like a lot of pieces that they have. But as far as them getting out of the Western Conference and winning the NBA Finals, no, I don't see it happening. I think the Los Angeles Lakers, they're a really good team, but they're not the best team in the Western Conference. When you talk about the best team in the Western Conference, I think that title is the Denver Nuggets, and then it's everybody else. When you look at the Denver Nuggets, they are really good from top to bottom. They got Nikola Jokic, they got Jamal Murray, they got Aaron Gordon, they got Michael Porter Jr., they got a lot of depth pieces. Yeah, they lost Bruce Bowen in the offseason, but I like the pieces that they have in their bench, and the Denver Nuggets are really well coached. Michael Malone is one of the best coaches in all of basketball. When we talk about Coach of the Year awards, I would not be surprised if Michael Malone ends up winning Coach of the Year, because that's how good the Denver Nuggets are going to be. I think the Denver Nuggets, they're going to be an excellent basketball team. I think Nikola Jokic is going to continue his dominance. He didn't even have a bad game in the playoffs last year. I believe that carries on to this year in the regular season. I know that a lot of teams don't care about the regular season in the NBA, but what I do know is that the Denver Nuggets do actually care to win basketball games in the regular season. When we talk about load management, Nikola Jokic's name never comes up. That's because of the fact that he never load manages. He tries to play in every basketball game that he can. And when you look at the Los Angeles Lakers compared to them, they just don't match up well against the Denver Nuggets in general. Because when you look at the Lakers team last year, they got swept to the Denver Nuggets. Yes, all 4 of those games were tightly contested, but when you looked at the closers for the Denver Nuggets, Nikola Jokic was the best closer for the Denver Nuggets when you compared them to the Los Angeles Lakers. Although LeBron James is a closer, he's not a closer on the level of Nikola Jokic, or at least that was the case last year. Now, I don't expect that narrative to change this season. When you look at the Los Angeles Lakers, they got LeBron healthy. Yeah, he's been fantastic for them, but he's entering year 21 of his NBA career. To expect prime LeBron James to just come out of thin air to the Los Angeles Lakers, that's absolutely ridiculous. I think LeBron James is still an excellent basketball player. He's still a top 10 player in the NBA, but he's not going to be this guy that's going to carry his teams to wins every single night. He just can't do it at this point in stage of his career. I mean, look at how old the man is. That's not a knock on LeBron James. That's just the reality of the situation. You look at the Lakers starting lineup, they got LeBron, they got Vanderbilt. I know Vanderbilt, he's not going to play tonight. He's got left heel soreness, and then they got Anthony Davis at the center position, then they got Austin Reaves and D'Angelo Russell. When you look at this Lakers starting lineup, you have to say that's actually a pretty solid unit out there, because LeBron James, obviously we know what he can do. And then even though Jared Vanderbilt is an offensive liability for the Los Angeles Lakers, I mean, he can really provide good defense in the starting lineup, and he can give good effort on the perimeter. He's going to be a good perimeter defender, not a great shooter, but if he can guard the best player on the court for a little bit, that's going to make his presence worthwhile. And then of course Anthony Davis, he's got to be able to get consistent and stay healthy. I know Anthony Davis has had injury problems throughout his NBA career, but man, when he has been healthy, he has been good. He just needs to be consistent. We need to be seeing the superstar that needs to be an Anthony Davis game in and game out if the Los Angeles Lakers want to win a title this year. Obviously, Anthony Davis is inconsistent. One game he could go off for 40 points and 20 rebounds. The next game, he might only give you 10 points and 5 rebounds. The point of what I'm trying to say with Anthony Davis is you just don't know which version of Anthony Davis is going to show up. And then obviously, you want to talk about Austin Reaves. He's extremely underrated. This guy is a shooter. He can play off of LeBron really well. He even plays solid defense. Austin Reaves is the unsung hero of the Los Angeles Lakers. And then you want to talk about D'Angelo Russell. He provides LeBron James some shooting as well as some playmaking. Yeah, he's not a great defender, but they're hoping that with Jared Vanderbilt and Anthony Davis in the paint, that's going to cover up some of D'Angelo Russell's deficiencies on defense. And then you want to talk about the bench. They got Teron Prince, they got Cam Reddish, they got Rui Hachimura, they got Christian Wood, they got Gabe Vincent. They got a revamped bench. And we all know that in the NBA, especially in today's NBA, you need strength in numbers in order to build a championship contending team. We are not in the era where big 3 teams can just win win titles alone. When you talk about building contending teams in today's NBA, you have to be able to build depth in the starting lineup and in the bench, and the Los Angeles Lakers have done an excellent job doing that. They also got Jackson Hayes as their third string center, which is pretty good. You're probably not going to find a better third string center in the NBA than Jackson Hayes. But when you talk about this Los Angeles Lakers team, this team is low-key stacked in terms of their depth, and they've done a good job retooling the team around it. Because obviously we know that the Denver Nuggets run the Western Conference. We know that Nikola Jokic is the best player in the NBA, and if he's not the best player in the NBA, well, damn it, he's the second best player in the NBA. But personally, for my money, Nikola Jokic is the best player in the NBA right now because he's won the MVP 2 out of the last 3 years, because of the fact that he's won an NBA title in recent memory, because of the fact that he's been extremely dominant in the regular season each of the last 3 years as well as the playoffs. When you talk about Nikola Jokic, this man is extremely underrated, and I think the Denver Nuggets, they're going to end up as the 1 seed. As far as where I see the Los Angeles Lakers, where they're going to finish, I think they're going to finish as the 2nd seed. I know some people are going to say, whoa, why are you so high on the Los Angeles Lakers? They were just the 7th seed last year. But you guys got to remember that the Los Angeles Lakers got off to an extremely slow start last season, and they finished the season really strong with the current core that they have, and with some additions that they made on the bench, they're going to be even better than they were last year. I think that this Lakers team is really talented. I think they're catching fire. I think Darvin Ham's going to improve his coaching from last year as well. When you talk about the Western Conference, who do I think is going to make the playoffs in that conference? Obviously, you got the Denver Nuggets. They're going to be the best team in the Western Conference. But then you got the Los Angeles Lakers. They're going to be the 2 seed. And then I think that the Oklahoma City Thunder, I know that a lot of people are high on them. I'm going to be even higher than everybody else on them. I'm going to say that they're going to be the 3 seed. They're going to be last year's version of the Sacramento Kings. I expect a big jump from the Oklahoma City Thunder this year. They're going to be a really good basketball team this year. And then, of course, you got the Phoenix Suns. They're going to be in the playoffs. And there's going to be the Golden State Warriors. Obviously, you can't count on my guy, Steph Curry. And then there's going to be the Sacramento Kings. I do think they will take a step back this year, not because they're a bad basketball team, but because of the fact that these other basketball teams in the Western Conference are really good. So obviously, you got to include the Sacramento Kings. And then there's going to be the Memphis Grizzlies. There's going to be the Los Angeles Clippers. There's going to be the Minnesota Timberwolves. And then there's going to be the San Antonio Spurs. And heck, why not? Let's throw in the Dallas Mavericks in there as well, even though I'm not high on the Dallas Mavericks. But those are 11 playoff-worthy teams in the Western Conference. When you talk about the competition in the Western Conference, it's really good right now. I expect the Western Conference to be really strong this year. And with the Los Angeles Clippers actually being forced to play their stars this year, they are going to have a good year this year because of the fact that Kawhi Leonard and Paul George will actually be forced to play basketball games. And when I say they're going to have a good year, I'm not necessarily meaning win-loss record, but in terms of actually being competitive and actually showing up the professional ball games. So you want to talk about the teams in the Western Conference, that's what I got. As far as what I see is going to happen in the playoffs, obviously, I think the Los Angeles Lakers, they're going to be the 2 seed in the Western Conference, which means they're going to go up against the 7th seed in the Western Conference. I got that matchup being the Memphis Grizzlies. I believe that the Memphis Grizzlies, they're going to end up playing the Los Angeles Lakers in the first round. Obviously, with the play-in tournament and everything like that, that can make the lower seeds kind of wacky. But I believe the Memphis Grizzlies are going to end up being the 7th seed. We're going to get a rematch from last year in the playoffs. I believe the Los Angeles Lakers, they're going to end up beating the Memphis Grizzlies in the first round. I just don't see how the Grizzlies are going to match up well with the Lakers whatsoever. If they couldn't beat them last year, they're not going to beat them this year. And then in the second round, I think the Los Angeles Lakers, they're going to end up playing the Oklahoma City Thunder. Even though I like the Thunder a lot, even though I think that they're going to be an overachieving team, I don't see how they're going to beat the Los Angeles Lakers in the second round of the NBA playoffs, which means that the Lakers, they're going to go back to the Western Conference Finals. I got that being a rematch against the Denver Nuggets. I don't see how they're going to beat the Denver Nuggets in a rematch because Nikola Jokic is the best player on the planet, and I don't see how the Lakers have the personnel to stop him whatsoever. And also, you can't forget about Jamal Murray. He's extremely underrated. The Denver Nuggets are just really well built all around. When you talk about the Los Angeles Lakers, they're a good basketball team, but guess what? The Denver Nuggets are an even better basketball team compared to the Los Angeles Lakers, which means that ultimately the Los Angeles Lakers, they're going to end up losing the Western Conference Finals. I don't see LeBron James getting his 5th NBA championship. I do see LeBron James ending up going back to the Western Conference Finals this year. Unfortunately, he will fall short of that quest to win his 5th NBA championship. I don't see how he's going to get back to the NBA Finals this year. I think the Lakers, they'll finish with 54 wins. I think they're going to be a good team in the Western Conference, but I don't think they're going to be a great team in the Western Conference, and you need to be a great team in order to beat the Denver Nuggets. And if you're not a great team, you're just not going to beat them, plain and simple. And that's going to be the case with the Los Angeles Lakers. So that is why LeBron James will not win his 5th NBA championship this season. Remember, go ahead and subscribe to Sports Guy Talking, like the video, and please comment down below. If you guys do that, I may shout you guys out in my Instagram story every Monday. That will be for the @Dustin_Tran Instagram account. Make sure to follow me on Instagram @Dustin_Tran and @Sports Guy Talking. Also, go follow me on Twitter at Dustin Tran. Again, go ahead and do those things that I just told you guys to go do. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed the content that was just produced. Peace out. I hope you enjoyed that video. Want more Sports Guy Talking, the home of great sports content? Make sure you click that subscribe button to get the latest from Sports Guy Talking. Go ahead and like the video, comment down below, check the description box on the video in order to follow my Instagram and Twitter. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from the YouTube channel Sports Guy Talking.